It is your guy, Mark My Words. In this edition of Mark My Mentals, we're just going to get into trying to clear out your mental space, trying to get rid of things that might have happened throughout the day, trying to get rid of negative energy when we get home, when we get with our families, when we get with our partner, when we get to our second job perhaps, when we get to that coaching gig, just when we get into the second phase, really clearing out what might have happened, good or bad, and just get to a clear space so that we can operate in the second phase of our days. A lot of our days don't end at 4 or 5 o'clock. So we've been hearing a lot about mental health. And I know it's getting to a point where y'all tired of hearing people say, oh, mental health matters. And oh, it's so traumatic. And oh, I had to go through this and this and that. Now, a lot of us been through stuff. Just about everybody you know has been through some things. But everybody internalizes it different, right? So in your daily walk, you internalize things differently, you take it in differently, and then you process it differently, which means you either say something about it, you write it down, you might send a text or an email, or you just hold it all in and just consume it, conceal it, and you never really deal with it, right? So a lot of times, fellas, I'm talking to the fellas today, a lot of times on our jobs, we have heavy responsibility. We might operate a heavy piece of machinery. We might be in a factory where there's a lot of loud noises and whatnot. We might be in a stressful situation, maybe a chef in a restaurant, or maybe a cook on a line in a busy restaurant, right? So you might be dealing with a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. What we're doing a lot of times is we're not clearing our mind. We're not clearing our mind before we get home to our families, before we get home to coach this youth team, before we get home to our partners, before we're dealing with all the things that we might have to deal with in the second phase of our day. We're not clearing our mind. So I just want to talk to you today about clearing your mind out, right? Making sure that you have as clean a slate as possible when you encounter the people that don't work with you, right? That haven't been with you all day, that don't know what you've been through, and you probably couldn't explain it to them if you tried, right? So a lot of us, we work first shift. Some people work second shift, but a lot of people work first shift. We in North America, that's how I go down. So a lot of times you're not realizing from the time you leave home, bro, you might get emails, text messages, phone calls. You're dealing with traffic. You then have to go to work, find somewhere to park. You might have to walk a little bit to get to your job. If you're driving a truck, you got to do a pre-trip inspection. So you have to deal with whatever comes with that, right? You might be on the road all day, so you got to deal with however many travelers that you got to deal with, right? You might deal with stoplights. You might deal with traffic. If you work in a factory, you got all these things you have to deal with. If you're making major decisions at work that affect 400 people in your company, that's stressful as well. Some people think because you put on a tie and a suit that you don't have stress at work. So you might encounter tons of things that stress you out, right? All these things are getting stored in your mind all day. Emails, whether it be positive or negative, phone calls. Oh, hey, we have a presentation on the 18th that you now have to get ready for. Oh, we have to take a trip at the end of the month. So now you got to plan for that. You got to figure out what's going on with your family. Do you have enough money to support what's going on this trip? Now, sometimes you have a big sales call at the end of the month and you have these quotas you got to meet. You haven't met them yet. Or maybe you've exceeded them and you're trying to figure out, is this job really where I want to be? Am I exceeding my expectations here? Should I move on? There are a lot of things that can come at you in a very small span of time, right? And as men, we are taught to just deal with it. Let's just deal with it. Oh, you know what? I got a couple bad emails, but I'm tough. I'm a man. I can deal with it. Oh, my lady, I think she might be cheating on me, but I got these deadlines at work. I still got to deal with that. So I can't really even deal with this situation at home because I got to deal with what's going on at work because I have to provide for my family, and that's what I'm good at doing. So a lot of things might come at you in the course of a day. For us, 8 hours in a day, a lot of y'all get to work at 8 o'clock. Now, you done fought traffic. You done dealt with them kids in the morning. You was trying to figure out what to wear. You might not have ate what you wanted to eat. You stopped at McDonald's. The line was too long, so now you're a little frustrated. Bro, by 8 o'clock, you might be stressed out. Not to mention, then let's take us from 8 to 12 before you get to lunch. All the emails, the couple people that were late, the sales quotas, the sales calls. You might have had a complaint call that came in, stressed you all the way out, and you couldn't do nothing about it. So now you holding all that mentally, right? By 12 o'clock, you might have enough stress to fill 80 men, but you internalize it. Boom, you put it in your mind, but the day's moving fast, so you don't even have time to process it because you got lunch with a couple motherfuckers that they don't really want to see your little frown on your face. They don't want to hear you complain, bro. So you got to deal with it. Now it's the second phase of your day, and now you got to deal with not only what happened in the morning, but what might have been left over from the day before. Emails, phone calls. You checked a message or two. You might have got an email or a phone call. Now you realize because you was late in getting to it, not by your own fault, but something else that happened, you get late to getting to it, now you missed out on something. Now you got to deal with the ramifications of that. So more stress. So now by 3:30, 4 o'clock, guess what happened? You start thinking about what you got to do this evening. You start thinking about, damn, I got to pick these kids up. I got to try to squeeze this workout in. These kids got practice. You got a little email and shit, and one of your kids was acting up. So now you got to deal with them when you get in the car because they've been acting up in math class. Damn, you forgot it's your lady's birthday on Saturday. You ain't even get her nothing. It's Thursday night. You understand me? Now we got to fight the traffic on the way home, right? We rushing a little bit. That's why they call it rush hour. We trying to get to the kids. I can't be late again to pick my baby girl up from the daycare because I got to pay extra money, right? My lady gonna be mad if I pick my son up late from that bus stop, having him sitting there 10, 15 minutes, and you know he texting his mom as soon as he get off the bus. Mommy, I don't know where my dad at. A lot of stuff can hit you by 5 o'clock. What we're not doing is we're not clearing our minds before we then get to the next phase of our night. Before we get to our family, before we get to our partner, before we get to coach these kids, before we even get to the gym, right? We're not clearing our minds. You got to get outside and take a walk. You know how they say in the movies, go take a walk, Bobby. Because taking a walk almost always makes you feel better. Unless it's pouring down raining or it's freezing cold. It almost always makes you feel better. The fresh air, the sunlight, maybe it's not that sunny, maybe it's warm out, maybe it's a little cool. There's something that happens when you naturally take a walk. And if we really get deep with it, if God designed us how he designed us, right? Without all the amenities that we have today, why wouldn't he make it that the most simple thing that we learned how to do as a baby would be one of the easiest ways to clear our mind, right? So a lot of times y'all pulling up to that garage, y'all not even waiting. I know what you're gonna say. Nah, Mark, I gotta hurry up, get my kids. They gotta get ready, and we gotta get out the door, and we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Playboy, most of y'all got 5 to 15 minutes to take a walk. Most of y'all got 5 to 15 minutes to take a walk. So let's say you don't have 5 to 15 minutes to take a walk. Them kids is going to practice, but you know what you like to do. You like to get outside and get on the sideline and start talking to the other dads. You like to get to your little spot and get right to your emails that you might have missed at work. You like to get right over there and start flirting with old little buddy's mom that she kind of cute and you only can really get at her at the practice. I know how I go down. But what if you just took a 15-minute walk while they're practicing? What if you just said, yo, this is strictly for me to clear my mind. I'm not going to do no emails. I'm going to put my phone on silent, and I'm just going to take a walk because I need to clear my mind. What if you can't take a walk? What if there's a reason why you can't take a walk? You just have to sit there. Your daughter's 4 years old. It's soccer practice. She can't see you leave because she'll snap out. Well then, bro, you got to find you a quiet place and you got to chill. And you got to, now you're hearing people talk about meditating. I know you are. And you're like, Mark, ain't nobody meditating. What you talking about? From the old school. Well, bro, I don't give a fuck what you call it, my nigga. You need to clear your mind. That's the whole point of meditating. So getting to a quiet spot, closing your eyes and just breathe. And take some deep breaths. Again, that's why in the movies you see them say, take a deep breath. Give me 3 deep breaths. Because there's a way to release a lot of toxins and a lot of stress by just breathing. Once again, one of the most simple things we do is one of the most effective ways for us to release stress and release pressure, right? So whether it is finding a quiet spot at home, in the garage, in your car before you go in the house, how about that? How about you just sit in your car for a minute, bro, and just say, I'm going to clear my mind. I'm going to say a couple positive things about my day. I'm going to say a couple things positive about my evening. I'm going to clear my mind before I get into these people because guess what? Your kids ain't got nothing to do with how your day went. Your lady ain't had nothing to do with how your day went. Your mama, your uncle that you're taking care of, they have nothing to do with how your day went. But a lot of times, because we didn't deal with the pressure, because we didn't clear our minds, we're walking in the house and we're giving them all that, all the negativity, all the stress we incurred. Because we didn't deal with it and clear our minds and breathe, we're going in the house and we're putting it all on them. So take that walk, take that 15 minutes and clear your mind. And if you got to say to yourself, hey, listen, whatever happened today, I gave it 100%. And bro, if you didn't give it 100%, guess what? You might have just gave it 88. But last time I checked, 88 out of 100 is a pretty good percentage, my nigga. Sometimes you just got to tell yourself, I gave it about a 95. And that's okay for today. That's okay for today. I'll try to do a little bit better tomorrow. And maybe I'll take a different way to work so I don't incur all that traffic. And damn, maybe I should make some coffee at home like my lady been saying, instead of stopping at Dunkin' Donuts, because the people at Dunkin' Donuts can't get it right, and maybe that'll start my day off better once I get to work. Maybe I'll lay my clothes out tonight so I won't be so stressed about finding something to wear to work. You understand me? Maybe I'll wash my uniforms a little bit more often. But I'm not gonna go in here with all this stress and all this negativity. They didn't do it. Them people at your job, bro, they don't care nothing about your family. But your family doesn't deserve to get the negative energy that they transferred onto you. So go take a walk for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Clear your mind. Sit in your car and just, hey, listen, look up on YouTube best ways to clear your mind. I guarantee you 100 videos gonna come up of ways and things that you can say to yourself to help you clear your mind. Bro, it's monumental that we go into every next stage of our days, in our weeks, in our months, with clear minds. Because if we don't, we're just carrying the bullshit. And if the universe know that they can keep giving you bullshit and you're gonna keep transferring it, it's gonna do it. We always think the universe give us positive stuff, but it gives us negative stuff too. There are negative beings in the universe as well. What we have to do is clear those things out of our mind before we get to the people that don't deserve it. So again, 5 to 10 to 15 minutes in your car, under a tree, on a park bench, taking a walk. But as soon as you pull up, kiss the kids real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, daddy gotta take his walk. I'll be right back. Baby, I love you. I gotta take my walk real quick. And bro, guess what? If they don't like it, they don't like it. It's about your mental health, my G. Because if you're not right mentally, you're not gonna be right spiritually. You're not gonna be right physically. If you're not right physically, my nigga, how you gonna protect and provide for your family? And ain't that what we going to work to do? So we gotta take care of our mental. You understand me? And a lot of times it's just clearing out the stuff, because you gotta have a clear slate. Bro, if you go into your email and you got 100 emails and you ain't cleared it out in 3 weeks, you know how that feels. You be like, oh my God, here we go. But if you clear it out every day, now when you go in there, you only got about 10, you maybe got about 8. It's a lot easier to deal with. It's called decluttering, my G. You gotta declutter your mental space. Whatever you was doing yesterday and last week and last month, it don't matter. You just saw this video today. So get into the practice. Start today, not on Monday, my G. Not when all my shift change and I gotta talk to my wife first and see if she's okay with me taking a walk. Nah, bro, this is about your mental. She cleared her mental out already. And she might not have incurred as much stress as you did. You need to clear yours. Because you gotta be on point, because little Timmy gonna want that homework done and he needs some help. And baby girl wanna have a little tea party with you at 6 o'clock and you bet not be late. And your wife got some activities in the bedroom that's waiting on you later, playboy, and you can't be thinking about your boss and them sales quotas and that person that was late at work. You can't be thinking about that when she ready to get busy. You understand me? So you gotta clear your mind, dog. Take whatever steps you need to do. I ain't talking about no alcohol. I ain't talking about no weed. I ain't talking about no strip club, baby. Okay? I'm talking about just relaxing, breathing, saying some affirmations to yourself. I did whatever I could today. I was the best man I could be today. I was the best employee today. I was the best supervisor today. I was the best team lead today. I didn't do everything that I was supposed to do correctly today, but I'm gonna do better tomorrow. I'm gonna go in here and enjoy my family to the fullest. I'm gonna give them the best version of me that I can possibly come up with. If I fail at that, then I'm gonna do better at that tomorrow. But I'm at least gonna go in here with a clean slate mentally, and I'm gonna give them the best that I got, because they deserve that. You see how quick that was? You see how easy that was? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You already know. We gotta protect our mentals, y'all. This is your boy. Mark my words. Mark my